Alright, folks. Hello there. Hi. So, Impact Wrestling tonight. I must say one thing. Another good episode from Impact Wrestling, and I'm not being sarcastic. It was a good overall night for wrestling. There was a lot of good stuff happened. Explained some things, and then we had some pretty good matches. There was like really nothing that I could see there was a little much of a problem with. Well, I think it might be a few, but I'll get to that later. So, the show kicks off with Eric Bischoff coming down to the ring. Yep. Again, I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, isn't TNA supposed to be about wrestling? Wrestling matters? And yet we're having Eric Bischoff come out with another promo come out to the ring. But there's something to this promo, believe it or not. Eric Bischoff comes down to the ring and calls out Sting. Sting comes out. Now, Sting apparently has this Joker gimmick. It's a combination of the Joker and Jim Carrey. And let me tell you something. This was a good promo by Sting. I'm digging this whole Joker character type of deal. Now, I know people are saying, oh, the Joker, Dark Knight. That's what it's really based on. The Joker in the Dark Knight. It was a good movie. I have it somewhere in there buried with all my wrestling DVDs. It's a good movie. I love it. It's a great movie. And I know it's kind of outdated, but I think Sting is doing a good job. It's something new. It's something different behind the scenes. And I thought to myself, is this TNA's response to R-Truth kind of going a little crazy with little Jimmy, and Sting's gonna go crazy now or something? But I'm not taking any cheap shots with WWE and TNA here. But anyway. I like this character, with Sting. It's different and it's kind of entertaining to see. It's not this, oh, look at me, I'm Sting, I wrestled here, I was in WCW, the former world champion, blah, blah, blah. Now it's, hey, Bischoff, you're nothing but cancer. Hey, you're a bacteria, you're like a cockroach. A cockroach gives diseases. He just went off on Bischoff, and it was just great to see. And, of course, he put the red paint on Bischoff's face like he did with Anderson a couple weeks ago, and with Hogan last week, brother. So, they're obviously popping up a Bischoff, probably Hogan versus Sting at like Bound for Glory. Not a fan of the match, but hey, at least not for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, huh? So, and the rest, I'm just gonna go random order till the end. We have ODB and Jackie. That's right, Jacqueline. Versus Miss Teachmacher, aka Candice Michelle, and Velvet Sky. This match itself was okay. It was an okay women's match. Jackie and ODB won the match. For the most part, Jackie and ODB dominated in this match, mainly on Miss Teachmacher. Velvet Sky didn't really, I don't think, really got in that match that long. But Jackie hits the low kicks Velvet Sky in the groin. Taz was all confused, like, does that hurt? Yeah, I guess that hurts for a woman. Jackie pins her 1, 2, 3, wonders, Jackie and ODB. Now, I get this whole gimmick, ODB's like the I guess you could say diva. She doesn't have the look of a diva. She doesn't have the, oh, look at me, hee hee hee. She has this, kind of, I guess you could say a women's version of Stone Cold Steve Austin, just out there. And Jackie, again, Jackie's tough. I know she's, getting up there in age and stuff, but she's still tough, and she showed it. Then we had RVD coming. He was backstage, whatever. He was talking about how good the X Division is, and, Destination X, how it's going to be great and stuff. And guess who pops up behind him? Jerry Lynn. Yeah, the guy that was supposed to face RVD at Hardcore Justice. Yeah, remember that? That just happened out of nowhere, and they said, oh, let's put Sabu now in there. Jerry Lynn comes out behind him and says that we were the X Division before the X Division back in ECW when they turned up the place, and my guess probably gonna be RVD versus Jerry Lynn at X Division Destination X, which I guess if you're a hardcore wrestling fan, there's a murder in my house. It's good, we get old school wrestling, and if you're a fan of it, it works out all good, right? Right. So, should be interesting, man. I mean, RVD is still good. I don't know about Jerry Lynn. I heard he still has it, from people from ROH. I remember last year people from ROH kept on telling me, oh yeah, he still has it. Haven't seen it, so I don't know. Then we had, speaking of X Division, a triple threat X Division match, kind of like it was last week with the whole Kid Cash Austin Aries match. But now we got Zima Ion versus Federico Palacios versus Dakota Darsow. I ain't gonna lie, I've never heard of any of these three son of bitches. Seriously, never heard of these guys before. But seeing them in the ring first time was a treat. These guys put up a good. I don't know if this match was good than the Austin Aries match, but it was still a good match. I enjoyed it. Zima Ion, that guy knows how to freaking fly. Good lord, they all know how to fly. But Zima Ion picks up the win via 450 splash. And, you know, this is just going on to Destination X. Whoever goes to Destination X gets a shot at a contract for, you know, TNA wrestling. So, Impact Wrestling, brother. So it was a good match. It's fun to watch. Then we had Winter versus Mickie James in a street fight. Can someone explain to me how a referee gets distracted during a street fight? The whole point of the referee to be there in a street fight is just to pull up the freaking 1, 2, 3 the pinfall. Mickie James, Winter, they did alright. But why the hell is Winter trying to distract the referee while Angelina Love? You don't need to cheat in a no disqualification unless you use like a weapon or something, and then, you know, the referee is not involved in it. Why? Just it doesn't make sense to me, really. But Angelina Love hits her. I don't know what that finishing move's called. That new move she does. She's the backbreaker thing going there, and then Winter pins her 1, 2, 3. So my guess probably like July 14th. It's probably gonna be like Winter versus Mickie James for the Knockouts Championship, because, you know, July 14th is supposed to be, you know, kind of TNA's would be like, think of it like a regular pay-per-view, but you get it for free because X Division, Destination X is all about the X Division. So yeah. Speaking again with the X Division, we have AJ Styles coming out saying that he's going to join and return to the X Division, which is good. You know, of course, we all know AJ Styles, probably the king of the X Division. Just, oh man, that guy, phenomenal. Just isn't enough. And then comes Samoa Joe. You know, he said that you're right, AJ. You know, because AJ talked about how, you know, he was one of the main guys in the X Division, and saying that, oh yeah, well, AJ Styles may have been the heart of the X Division. Guess who's the balls of the X Division? Samoa Joe. So Samoa Joe sounds like he's about to ask AJ Styles for a one-on-one match, right? Out comes Daniels. Daniels says, how about you and I, AJ? Come on, for old time's sake, one more time, you and I. You know, face your destination. And you can hear the crowd saying, what about Joe? What about Joe? And I was like, yeah, what about Joe? You guys had classic matches. I mean, one of the best matches in TNA history was Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles versus Daniels in a triple threat match. I'm sure TNA is going to add it right at the last second, but, you know. So I guess at Destination X for now, it's going to be Daniels versus AJ Styles. AJ agreed to it. So, and then Samoa Joe pushed Kazarian and called him a bitch. Then we have Beer Money versus Beer Money. That's right, Beer Money. You know, Bobby Roode healed versus, you know, Morgan and Crimson. It's a good match. You know, to be honest with you. You know, Morgan went over in this match, along with Crimson. 1, 2, 3, carbon footprint to James Storm. And he gained 7 more points in the Bound for Glory series. So now he's currently ahead in the Bound for Glory series point standings. Yeah. I like this Bound for Glory series point standings. To me, it's better than what TNA did last year with the whole college ranking type systems. Oh, next week you're number 1. Kurt Angle, number 5 is going to be Samoa Joe, number 10 is going to be Matt Morgan, number 6 AJ Styles. You know, it's just like, I just found that rather confusing. But yeah, so Matt Morgan's ahead currently in the standings with the Bound, and I guess it's not just singles competition; they're also doing like tag teams, and even at live events, it's counting too. So yeah, so if you're at a TNA live event, they're counting that too. Then they have Bully Ray versus Scott Steiner. The match, it was alright. Ref gets knocked down. Bully Ray hits him with the chain and wins. So Bully Ray gained some points there. And then, last but not least, we have the main event. We have Abyss versus Sting. Now remember, like I said, Sting has this whole Joker Jim Carrey gimmick, while Abyss has this kind of Karate Kid, huge excuse me, poem thing. He seems like he has like a poem every time he wins a match, and he's just like looking in his book, and it's hard to describe. If you want to call him the X Division champion, go ahead. I guess it's Extreme Champion. This is where TNA loses me here. But anyway, the match itself was alright. I mean, I don't know why you have these guys as the main event, which, none of these guys, well, Abyss might be in the main, Abyss might be at Destination X because of, the X Division Championship, but Sting, obviously not, because Sting's going to face Mr. Anderson July 14th for the World Heavyweight Championship. And, this match was alright. Abyss is getting ready to use the glove. He basically loses the glove. And then Sting picks it up and basically bashes Abyss non-stop with the glove. Ref calls disqualification. Abyss wins. Abyss is bleeding out like crazy. Then Mr. Anderson comes out with the TNA World Heavyweight Championship down the ring. He just stares at Sting the whole entire time. Sting basically intimidating Mr. Anderson by beating the living hell out of Abyss. So yeah, that's how Impact ended. Like I said, it was a good show. There were some things I didn't like, but overall, another good show by Impact, and I'm being impressed by TNA. Now, I know what you guys are saying. Oh, well, they're just doing this because Destination X. And what's Destination X? Oh, yeah, by the way, Destination X, 6-sided ring, thank God. Hopefully it stays that way permanently. Please, TNA, good lord, just make it permanently. But, like I was about to say, I know it's Destination X, and afterwards they might just go back to casual, regular TNA, but hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully I'm wrong. Alright, guys. So overall, again, that TNA was alright. Pretty good this week. I don't know what you guys think. I'm out. Peace, my alcoholics. Brother.